What's going on, guys? Welcome to Dime Dropper 24-minute recap, number 79 on the season. Before we get started, please make sure to subscribe on all platforms at YouTube at Dime Dropper Podcast, Apple Podcasts. Leave a review if you'd like. Follow us on Spotify, and of course to subscribe. Of course to follow us on all social media platforms at Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook at Dime Dropper Pod. So for tonight's episode, we're going to leave it short and sweet. Celtics Warriors. I caught the second half. I caught the overtime session of the Lakers Jazz game where everybody was out. And I guess I'll briefly go over that real quick. I heard the Lakers were up. Jazz came back, put a scare into them. I thought the Lakers, when I turned on the TV in the last 5 minutes, were shooting a lot of threes. Eventually, Dennis Schroeder made some plays, though. Got to the rim, hit a mid-range, and put some pressure on the Jazz. Jordan Clarkson looked like he had the game won with a three, go-ahead three. Dennis Schroeder got to the rim, tied the game. Of course, no Go Bitch, no Mike Conley, no Donovan Mitchell, no LeBron, no AD. And then the Lakers in overtime, I thought they got contributions from a lot of people. Dennis, I thought Kuz was pretty good. He had an open three to start it. KCP had a great game today, 25 points. And then Drummond, I thought, was awesome as well. And you could hear the crowd today. Much better from the Laker faithful. You could hear them a lot better, a lot clearer. And I thought Drummond was really good on the glass, making his presence felt around the basket, especially when he was on defense, affecting some shots late in that overtime. And I liked what I saw from the Laker faithful, just bringing that noise. You want to see that back at the Staples Center. So a good one for the Lakers. The Jazz with their 15th loss of the season. Now the Suns have as many losses as them, but the Suns currently trail to the San Antonio Spurs by 19 or 17, 66-49 with 10 minutes to go in the third. So hopefully as a Clipper fan, I would like to see the Spurs come up with that one. Anyway, let's move on to the main event, the reason why we're here. The Warriors and the Celtics, two dime dropper teams. The Celtics have been playing very good basketball lately. Steph Curry has been playing very good basketball lately, and it was a lot more of the same tonight. Jaylen Brown missed the game with a non-coronavirus-related illness, so the onus was on the rest, and we've seen how poorly the Celtics have played when Jaylen Brown has missed games. But tonight, and it was no different tonight in the first half at least, they started out poorly, and they were down by 16, and they made a push at the end of the half. Steph Curry was absolutely unconscious. I mean, again, nuclear weapon offensively. That left-handed three he hit was something out of an enchanted dimension. I've never seen anything like that before. The guy just impresses me every time we have him on our television screens. And, after this season and after this playoff run, he may have to be back in that top player in the league conversation. He really might because, Raid, one of our subscribers, says he's the best player in the league. I'm not ready to give him that title over LeBron. But, depending on how Kawhi and Kevin Durant has put himself in a position to not even be judged, in my opinion. But Kawhi Leonard, we'll see. Kawhi has some redemption to have, so we'll see about that. But, Anthony Davis, Giannis, Harden, I'm taking Steph over them all. Anyway, I thought that Jason Tatum was really good tonight. And in the second half of play, I thought that that's where we saw him even more. Especially to start the second half, I thought Kemba was really good. Pulling up into threes with confidence, hitting them, extra swings, finding open shots and hitting them. And then even some where the defense was backing off, Kemba stepping into three balls, and his shot just looked a lot better tonight. And then after that, he started getting more attention, coming off screen, two defenders going at him, giving it to Tristan Thompson to make 4-on-3 reads. Marcus Smart made an open three, but he also missed a ton of open threes. And that's one thing with the Celtics. They just do not know when to quit shooting threes. 15 of 46 tonight. Absolutely ridiculous. It almost lost them the game. They just don't know when to quit. Marcus Smart, 3 of 11. Kemba Walker, 4 of 11. The only one that shot a decent percentage was Tatum from 3, 5 of 9. And I thought that he was much better because he wasn't shooting as many threes. He shot 16 twos, and he shot 9 threes. And Tatum, I love the array of offensive moves he was going to. He had a low post against, I think it was Bazemore. Quick turn baseline layup. Beautiful. Mid-range area. I think it was a fadeaway or something. Just a little bit more of a diverse, also getting to the rim, face-up game. Just putting his head down, getting to the basket. So Jason Tatum, I thought he was really, really good. And I thought that Kemba was good. And I thought that the Celtics did a good job in that third quarter, narrowing the gap, tying the game. Steph Curry was still unbelievable. Like, you need to honor that guy. You can't, once he's within 30 feet, you cannot give him an inch. You cannot give him an inch. And Draymond Green doing what he does best in those 4-on-3 situations. But I thought that the Celtics almost blew the game when Steph went to the bench, and they weren't really taking advantage of it because they wanted to keep settling for threes. That means Peyton Pritchard. That means Marcus Smart. All early in the shot clock. Just not smart basketball. And this is going to be something that could do the Celtics in the first round, unless they play a team like Atlanta. As good as Atlanta's been, I think that their goal is just to make the playoffs, and they're going to do that, which is awesome. But Boston should beat them and handle them if they play them in the first round. But in the second round, when they play teams like Philly, they can't get away with just chucking threes all the time. It's what's done them in the last two postseasons. 2019, they were just a dysfunctional group. But yeah, I thought that the fourth quarter was better again from the Celtics. Steph Curry came in and was starting to scare the Celtics fans. By the way, Celtics fans really brought the noise as well. I really enjoyed listening to that. But Peyton Pritchard, 11 points, 4 of 9, 3 of 6 from 3. I thought he was pretty good. Marcus Smart, great effort. There was an offensive rebound he got late within the last 5 minutes. Offensive rebound that resulted in him hitting an open 3. And so he basically was rewarded for his effort on that one. Jason Tatum, though, I thought he was just the star. Staying in attack mode, being aggressive. 44 points for JT, 10 rebounds, including the go-ahead basket. But then what I really enjoyed seeing was Kemba Walker icing the game with a contested 3 that has dug, these are the type of shots we've talked about, have dug the Celtics in holes and lost them games in the past. But sometimes it's bound to go in, right? And Kemba Walker was having that kind of night tonight, hitting the big 3, cardiac Kemba. And right before that, Draymond Green, fake handoff, turning and missing a layup. It wasn't a wide open layup, a little slightly contested. But again, Draymond Green needs to finish that. Draymond Green, again, let's look at his line. 2 of 6 and 5 points. What are we talking about with Draymond? 8+ points. Warriors are a totally different team. We didn't get that tonight. We got 2 of 6 Draymond, 0 free throw attempts. Not good enough. Curry, 47 points, 15 of 27 from the field, 11 of 19 from 3, and 6 of 8 from the foul line. That's weird. For him to miss 2 free throws out of 8 free throws is very rare. If you could have just given him 1, that could have helped at the end. But Steph Curry can't be really blamed for the loss tonight, in my opinion. He was ridiculous. 47 points. Draymond Green is the second best player on this team, scoring 5 points. That can't happen. Their bench is not very good in terms of scoring. Jordan Poole, 12 points. Yeah, he was 4 of 10, though, and he was 1 of 6 from 3. A lot of these shots were good looks that Steph was creating off the ball, getting the attention that he does. Wiggins, I thought that he was the only other solid player, and I honestly think that the Warriors need to start getting him going a little more. I know it's very tempting when Steph's out there to just run plays for him constantly, but having plays where Wiggins is on the ball instead of Draymond sometimes is good because I think he needs to be more – I feel like right now he's too much of a role player and not that second scorer guy that you need him to be that's consistent. I know he's had a great season, and maybe in the first half he got the ball more, but in the second half I didn't see enough, in my opinion, only when Curry went out, and I didn't think that that's good enough. But look, we can take a look at his stats right now by month. In January, 18 points a game, February 16, March, 21 a game, and then now this month he's back to 18. But I guess maybe that's not he's not doing any worse at all. So maybe I just need to watch the Warriors more again because I haven't been watching them as heavily. But anyway, it's a tough loss for the Warriors. It's a very tough loss for the Warriors. A great win for the Celtics. They came back from a deficit. They closed it out when it seemed like it wasn't going their way. And I thought that overall, Tatum, Kemba Walker, they were pretty good defensively tonight. I thought they were very solid defensively, moving their feet and just trying their best. They even went box and 1 with Curry, I'm pretty sure. What's up, Ja'Cory Marshall? Thanks for the money. Lord Curry trying his hardest to be on Kobe mission to get him in the playoffs. I agree. 06 style, 07 style. And I think that he'll probably achieve that. I just think that he needs to keep playing. They can't have him and Draymond missing games. It would really help if Wiseman and Oubre were playing because they're just other players that can do things offensively. And of course, Oubre brings that defensive side of things. But I thought that, you got to tip your hat off to Boston. Kemba was great tonight. Jason Tatum was amazing tonight. And they continue to roll. And that's what you want to see if you're a Celtics fan, fighting for if they can still get home court advantage after all the garbage they've gone through this season. 1, it shows how pathetic the East is. But 2, it would be great if you're a Celtics fan. Anyway, that's it for me tonight, guys. Tomorrow there will be no live. I will be coming to you live from the Staples Center for the first game with fans, Clippers and Wolves. Let's get it. Peace out, y'all. What's up, guys? I'll give you guys a couple minutes here. There's not many of you guys because the Lakers or Clippers didn't play, so low numbers tonight. We've really been struggling. We haven't been over 1,000 views, probably because the Clippers haven't lost much lately. But what are you guys talking about? Lakers and Celtics? I feel you, Salman Hossein, about the 2021 Curry, but I would make this argument. I would say that in 2016, there was less. You say, okay, here's the thing. You say there was less spacing. There's less spacing now, but I feel like at the same time, you're right. But there were moments though back then where Draymond would be closer to the basket. It was still more traditional. You still had Bogut down there sometimes, and I also think that he just had more burst in his step. You know, it was harder to score back in 2016 for the most part. It was harder to score. The rules were less strict. They didn't redefine the freedom of movement and landing space rules till after 2017. So I think it's debatable, man. I don't know if I would go. I still think I would go with 2016. I think he was still too quick off the burst. I think he lost a little bit of that burst, but I think that he's gotten more experience. He's gotten a bit stronger. And I also think that the league is easier to score now. Yeah, to be honest. The rules are more relaxed. The defense is worse. Defense is so much worse. But it's definitely arguable. Definitely no conclusive answer. You know, I feel you. I did not watch the new Clippers in Pursuit episode yet, Frosty. I have to take a look at that. Dime, who are the real contenders and who are the pretenders in your opinion in both Eastern and Western conferences? Contenders to win the championship? Is that what you're asking me? Let's see. Curry has less pressure now. I agree. Curry has nothing left to prove. I think he needs to get to the playoffs, though, just because it's a blemish, in my opinion, when you don't make the playoffs, unless you do everything you could, which you kind of is. No thoughts, Maniac Lane. You're being emotional. You lost to a good team. It's a tough loss, but we'll see next game. You got to take advantage of the games you're supposed to win. You got to stay healthy. That's it. Harden fans, first of all, nobody that's a player fan can clown a real Warriors fan. That's just not how that works. To win it all, Simon, I think that Steph Curry got the ball enough tonight with that Steve Kerr stuff. He got the ball plenty. But anyway, J Love, to answer your question, I don't think the Jazz are going to win it all. They're not true contenders to win it all, in my opinion. Lakers, Clippers are the real only two teams I can really see winning the championship in the West. And then the East, the Nets. I would say the Miami Heat. And then maybe, just maybe, the Milwaukee Bucks, if Giannis has turned that corner. If he has. It's a huge if. Sixers, they're not winning the championship. They can make it. They're not winning. Not with Glenn. Utah, no. Phoenix, no. Anyway, Scottie Pippen or Kawhi all time. I have to go with Kawhi. I think it's arguable based on career resume, but I think that Kawhi was the best player on a championship team. Scottie wasn't that dude. I think that Mr. Zeke, your question is if Miami gets the 6th seed and matches up with the Bucks, do you think they could pull off the upset? I think there is a chance that they could. But yeah, I think there's a chance for sure. Old head LeBron fan? Is there even can that exist? God, that must be a really weirdo. All right, guys. That's it for me tonight. Peace.